Once a week, something unusual happens inside Japanese classrooms. The students put away their mathematics books. They stop studying science, and instead, the teacher presents them with a problem. A child finds a wallet on the street. Nobody else is watching. What should the child do? The answer may seem obvious, but then the teacher changes the situation. What if the child desperately needs the money? What if returning it creates another problem? And what if doing the right thing hurts someone else? The students begin discussing it. Some disagree. Others change their minds. But the teacher may never tell them which answer is correct. This isn't philosophy class. It isn't religion. It happens in ordinary public schools across Japan. The class is called dōtoku, moral education. But that raises an even stranger question. Why would Japan dedicate an entire school subject to something every child already knows? At first, the lessons seem almost too simple. Friendship, honesty, responsibility. So why spend years talking about ideas that most parents already teach at home? I didn't understand it either, until something happened to me. When I was a kid playing soccer in Japan, one of my teammates left practice without helping clean the field. Our coach didn't punish just that player. Instead, he made all of us keep running. At the time, it felt completely unfair. Years later, I realized our coach wasn't trying to punish one player. He was teaching us something much bigger. And I began to wonder, was that what dōtoku had been trying to teach all along? Maybe Japanese schools aren't trying to teach children what is right. Maybe they're trying to teach something completely different. But what? The answer isn't that Japan wants children to be better than everyone else. And it isn't because Japanese children are naturally more polite. The real goal is something much simpler: to help children understand that they are never completely alone. Almost every lesson in dōtoku asks the same hidden question: how will your actions affect the people around you? Not because the teacher wants one perfect answer, but because life rarely gives you one. That same idea quietly appears throughout Japanese schools. Students clean together. They serve lunch together. Older students help younger ones. The lesson isn't simply responsibility. It's learning that every action affects the people around you. Of course, that way of thinking isn't perfect. Some people in Japan believe it creates too much pressure to fit in. Others believe it helps children develop empathy, trust, and a stronger sense of community. Like many things in Japan, there isn't one right answer. And maybe that's the biggest lesson of dōtoku. Not to memorize what is right, but to keep asking yourself, how will my choices affect everyone else? Maybe that's one reason a lost wallet is so often returned. Maybe that's why people patiently line up without being told. Maybe that's why so many visitors notice a strong sense of consideration in everyday life. Of course, one school subject doesn't create an entire society. But dōtoku offers a fascinating glimpse into the values Japan hopes to pass on to the next generation. So what do you think? Should schools teach morality? Or should that responsibility belong only to parents? Let me know in the comments. And until next time, thanks for joining me on Hidden Stories of Japan.